Hello, everybody. Woohoo! It's been such a long time since I recorded anything. And I've got so much to tell you guys. There's probably a lot that I'm going to completely forget, but I will just do a little whistle stop tour over what it is that I've been up to over the past few months. So it was mine and my husband's 10-year wedding anniversary this year. And for our honeymoon, we did Route 66 across America. So we went back to America in September. This time we traveled all the way around Florida. So we started off in Orlando, we went down to Miami, then we went all the way down to Key West at the bottom of the Keys, and we traveled all the way back up, working our way up through the Keys. We stayed in Isla Morada. We then traveled up through the Everglades and had a boat ride through the Everglades to look at crocs. That was amazing. We then went up to Tampa to Busch Gardens, but that day there was a tornado. We don't get tornadoes in the UK, and my kids were like, "What's a tornado, mummy?" And I was like, yeah, this is something different in terms of weather that they have over here." So we ended up getting locked down in Busch Gardens till the threat of the tornado had passed. And then we traveled back up to Orlando. So we had an amazing time in America. America is my absolute favorite place. If I could live in America, I 100% would. And I think in the future we intend to hire an RV and just travel all the way around America, visiting all the different states and hopefully visiting anybody that would wish to meet us in real life. So that was America. All the way around America, I was entity releasing my children every single day because the energies were just pretty extreme, particularly in Miami. So in Miami, I had to do entity release on my kids actually twice in one day. And it was certain things like people that were clearly on drugs coming onto the beach and exposing themselves. And obviously my kids were just petrified. And then dark energies would attach. So I felt pretty blessed at that point to understand what entities are, what spirit is, and to be able to recognize the effects of that in my children, to be able to remove those as we were traveling around. And even things like theme parks. I mean, people never think about that. These theme parks that you can go to where you go on scary rides for fun, but to a child, they go into complete abject terror in some of these rides. And it is at that moment, these theme parks are just like a feeding ground for entities. So I ended up having to do a fair bit of entity release whilst I was there. So it wasn't much of a holiday for me, but that's just essentially what my life is like. I noticed whilst I was traveling around America that I'd put it down to just that I'd been working too hard because I always work very hard. But I was really feeling quite poorly as I was traveling around America, not feeling like myself, really low in energy. And it then suddenly hit me that I had not had any sense of smell at all, probably for a good long while, probably 5 or 6 months. And I always put things like that down to my allergies because I'm allergic to gluten, I'm allergic to dairy. So I always just think to myself, it's the allergies that have inflamed your nose. It'll sort itself out. It'll sort itself out. But it literally got to the point in America where I was thinking, I'm on holiday now, and you're not thinking about work, and you're thinking about all this amazing food that you want to eat, and you can't taste it. And you can't taste it because you can't smell it. And so it kind of hit me, oh, where's my sense of smell gone? And I thought to myself, can you remember the last time that you could smell? And I actually couldn't. I couldn't remember the last time that I could smell. So I was panicking a little bit. When I got back home, I did a lot of research on the internet, and the research on the internet led me to the direct correlation between the reduction of your olfactory sensors and low vitamin B12 levels. So actually, many people that have had the C word, not the rude one, the other one. There's a big study that was conducted on them, and the people that lost their sense of smell and taste, when they measured B12 levels, they were deficient in B12. Now, B12 is something that you can only get from animal products. So if you are like me and you've had a period of time in your life where you have been vegan or vegetarian, you're likely to be very, very low on B12 because the body itself will only store B12, reserves of B12, for between 3 to 4 years. So once you stop eating animal products, if you're not taking a really good quality B12 supplement, you can become deficient. And that will present itself in you'll feel very irritable. Many of the functions in the body will not work as they used to. You will feel constantly tired, your muscles will ache, you will have pain and tingling sensations in the extremities. And when it gets really bad, then what happens is the coating that is around the nerves, particularly in the nose, if you are subjected to the C word, if you are subjected to that and you have already got low B12 levels, it literally just destroys all of the coating that are around your nerves in the nose. So the nerves in the nose then become inflamed and you lose your sense of smell. So once I learned all of this, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if this is what's happened to me. So I went and bought a really very, very high percentage of B12 bottle liquid. I think it's 3,000 something. So that's the highest that you can get. And it's a liquid, and you place it underneath your tongue, and it's literally absorbed much, much quicker than if you would take it as a vitamin tablet. And it has to pass through the body and be broken down and sent out to all the different places. Your body absorbs it straight into the bloodstream through underneath the tongue. Now, I'm not even kidding. The reason I'm sharing this is because somebody who watches this video will have lost their sense of smell. I know this to be true because I've shared this with all of my practitioners, and this has helped many, many people so far. The night that bottle arrived of B12, I squeezed a pipette of it, put it underneath my tongue, and drank it. You have to hold it underneath your tongue for 30 seconds so that it can be absorbed into the bloodstream. And I swallowed it. 3 hours, 3 hours after swallowing that B12, I could smell. Now, granted, it was like you could smell something at the end of a tunnel. But I could smell. The next day, it got better and better and better. I'm now 2 weeks of taking the B12, and I can smell everything. And the complexities of smell and taste, it's literally like being born again. I walked into our conservatory this morning and I nearly passed out due to the smell of my cat's litter tray. It literally hit me like a sledgehammer straight in my face. I've not been able to smell anything like that for so long. So for anybody that may be vegetarian or vegan or has spent a period of time not eating animal products, and you're not already taking a really good quality B12 that can be absorbed into the body quickly, and you've lost your sense of smell or taste, then I would highly recommend that you check out getting yourself a bottle of that B12 that is bioavailable. So, and get it underneath the tongue and swallow it, and you'll be able to smell. And if you do this and your sense of smell comes back, please do send me a message and let me know, because that will make me really happy. I've already had that happen with a few of my students, which has been pretty awesome. So, in other news, many people may be aware, many people may not be aware, but spirit releasement and entity release has become more widely known about in the past few weeks due to recent events that have been happening in the, we'll call it hypnotherapy community. So there's been lots and lots of discussion around entity release and spirit releasement, and everybody knows where I began my training in terms of quantum hypnotherapy. But what I would say is this: in the times that we are living in now, it is absolutely essential that if you are practicing hypnotherapy, you are trained in what entities are, what symptoms your clients will have on their paperwork if they have them, what symptoms your clients will exhibit in session if they have them, what things your clients will do whilst under hypnotherapy in session if they have them. It's also essential that you yourself, as a hypnotherapy practitioner, are clean and clear of entities before you even attempt to work on anybody else's energy. And when you train with me, that's one of the first things that you have to do after you've been through the theoretical training. You have to get yourself clean and clear through a series of 25 swap sessions, which happens with other practitioners that are also going through the course. In the times that we live in right now, it is essential that we are all energetically clean. It's also essential that you train in a modality that recognizes the importance of the energetic body of the human. Because if that is not even recognized or acknowledged, then you're not going to be in a position to fully help your client. And that, in my opinion, is the truth. There is a whole science behind entity release. And I know many of you that watch my videos have seen this little document that I throw about many, many times. But we as humans, our chakras vibrate in these particular colors. And then we have a whole spectrum of people down here, beings down here, that vibrate in infrared that the human eye cannot see, because we can only see these colors. We can't see below. We can't see the frequency wave below these colors. So, as human beings in our physical world, we can only see a very, very small percentage of all that is in our world. And so that leaves us quite vulnerable, because there are many beings that exist here right now that vibrate in a spectrum of light that is lower than our frequency. But these guys, because they vibrate lower, in order to exist, they have to consume light. We emit light, humans emit light. These guys down here in infrared, they consume light. So they attach to our energy centers, our chakras, which are streams of color that are given to us, if you like, from the planet. We attach directly into the planet. And these different chakras are streams of color that interface with our energetic body and our emotional body. If you start to feel low frequency emotions in the emotional body, the root is supposed to feel strong, stable, and safe. If you start to feel fear, a lack of security, this makes your root vibrate lower, and these guys can hop onto your root chakra and take that light away. If you start to vibrate in sadness instead of joy, orange is supposed to be joy, these guys can hop on and start to siphon your orange away. and so on and so forth. That will create a series of behavioral and emotional and physical symptoms within the client. And that is what we do here at Soul Center Healing Hypnosis. I train all of my students, all of my practitioners to be able to identify this. There is so much more going on for humans than just, oh, let's do quantum travel and let's visit and see if we are an Arcturian. Whilst we're looking over here, looking over here, looking over here, looking over here, we're not dealing with what's going on over here. And you must deal with all of your trauma from this lifetime. You must get that trauma out of your emotional body. You must take the parasites out of your energetic body that have been attracted by your emotional pain. Get them off. The light then needs to be directed into your body so that the physical issues within the body will disappear, so that the emotional issues and behavioral issues within the body will disappear. So, my little 2 cents, if you like, on what's been going on within the hypnotherapy community over the past few weeks. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Is entities most definitely are real. And anybody that's telling you that they're not is doing a disservice to humanity. Entities are real. They are the reason that we are in this mess that we're in right now. We need to acknowledge that they are real. Come and train with me about the science behind entities and spirit. And entities are a whole plethora of different things: earthbound spirits, dark energies, AI, implants, all sorts of different things. But if you are practicing hypnotherapy, it is essential that you are trained in this. So just bear that in mind. The other thing that I wanted to mention is it's an incredible week for Soul Center Healing Hypnosis this week, because we have just become an accredited course by the IPHM, who are the International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine. So that is a huge deal for me personally. I've been working away so hard for the past 3 years since I began to teach people outside of myself. So I've been teaching people externally for 3 years. And to actually get to a point now where this course is recognized by a body, so it's an accredited course, means the world to me, and I feel very, very proud. So if you come to train now in Soul Center Healing Hypnosis, this is now an accredited course. What that means is, once you've come through the course, you will get a certificate from me that has got the International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine logo on it, because our course here at Soul Center Healing Hypnosis is now recognized. What that means for you is you can then join the IPHM, and you can then put that logo on your website so all of your clients can see that you are a practitioner that is practicing a modality that is recognized by an official body. So it makes you more credible to your clients. Also, what it means is you can apply through the IPHM for insurance to practice this modality, which is good for you as well as a practitioner. So it's a really, really happy week for me over at Soul Center Healing Hypnosis. I feel that all of the time and the effort and the dedication that I've put into creating this modality and training people all over the world is being recognized, and it's only going to move forwards, onwards and upwards. So if you have been considering adding this modality to your toolbox, I have put the online training. So that's where you do 50 pre-recorded videos, and you have the manual, the scripts, you have access to a gazillion different teaching tools, you have access to a gazillion different examples of me conducting entity release in session, and where you will have access to me as your mentor, 24/7, where you will have access to connect with me and other practitioners weekly for till the end of time. If you want to come and do all of that, and also sign up for a course that is officially accredited by the IPHM, then that course is on sale at the moment on the website on www.schhhofficial.com for £399. That is the lowest that this training has ever been. It won't stay that low. It will be going back up to normal price after Christmas, which is 444. They're my figures. Angel numbers 444. So that's what the training normally is, 444, but it is on sale at the moment. So if you've been saving up, if you've been thinking about training in this modality, now is a good time to book because it is on sale for $399. So what else have I got to tell you guys this week? I have got a meeting on Monday with Candice Craw-Goldman over at BQH, and I'm really excited about that. We're going to be getting together to chat about ways that we can collaborate and grow together as a community, which for me is very, very exciting, very, very positive. And I think all of us should be doing that as a group of hypnotherapists and practitioners of different modalities on Earth at this time. I'm also going on to a podcast with Laura Starr in early December to speak more about what it is that we do over at Soul Center Healing Hypnosis. And many of you will know Laura Starr in terms of who she is and what she's been doing recently. So I'm really, really excited to go on that podcast with Laura early December. And I had an awesome session this week. Every week I see 6 people over 3 days. So I do all of my client facing work over 3 days and I see 6 people in those 3 days. So they're long days for me. I'm working 8 hours in front of clients, 3 days back to back. And many of my sessions and much of my work at the moment is seeing people that are really, really badly infested with spirit and entities. Many of those people may have been sectioned previously or will report hearing voices. Not everybody does. It affects people in different ways. So what normally happens for me is I will see people over 2 sessions. So I do all of the entity release work and the rebuild of the energetic body, which is very important, in session number 1. And then I will see that same client again, session number 2, for quantum travel and the connection with the higher self. Had an awesome session this week with a wonderful lady who on session number 2 connected with her higher self straight away, who was a member of the 7th ray, so was in the 7th dimension. And as we went into that session, she walked into a huge room that opened out. And as she looked up, there was a gallery above her that was as far as the eye can see, with multiple beings from all different dimensions, from 5 up. So once you get to 5, positively polarized 5, you can attend these particular meetings that happen in the galaxy. And we tapped into a meeting that was happening right now in conjunction with our session. And it was like an interface between her and those guys up in the 7th dimension that were all also talking to the 5th and the other dimensions and higher. And it was giving them an update regarding what was happening on planet Earth right now with the ascension. So we got to ask some very, very direct questions to those higher dimensional beings, higher frequency beings, regarding why this is occurring on Earth right now. Why is it that entities and lower frequency beings have been allowed to do what they have done to humanity on this Earth? Why do we have a faction of people that's going one way, faction of people that's going another way? One side's going down the AI timeline, the other side's going down the organic human timeline. Why is this occurring? And it was hearing more information from that higher dimensional perspective regarding what it is that's going on Earth right now. And it was absolutely fascinating. So I'm hopeful that that client is going to allow me to share that. I think that she will. And if she does, then I will be dropping that on the YouTube channel over the next couple of weeks. But it's definitely one to watch. It was really, really good and cheered me up no end. Because sometimes you just need to reconnect with those higher dimensions and hear from their perspective that everything is working out exactly as it should be, that this evolution of consciousness for humans is something very, very beautiful. And it's unfolding slowly, most definitely, but it is unfolding. Humans are becoming more aware. We're becoming more aware of these lower frequency energies that have been manipulating us as humans, keeping our frequency down by siphoning away our light, basically using us as energetic batteries. So these entities attached to our chakras feed off of the light that keeps us down in frequency. And then because they are attached to our chakras, feeding off of our light, what that also means is that our consciousness is affected by these beings as well. So that is how we have been suppressed. By humans waking up to all of this, that this is something that's actually occurring, and by removing these entities, by healing our emotional body, our energetic body, our physical bodies are healing. The kundalini, the electrical circuitry that moves throughout our chakras, the energy is being able to flow up the chakras correctly because we've taken the parasites away. The parasites act as like blockers. We're taking these away. We are then connecting into source through the crown, down into Gaia, to Mother Earth, through the root and the Earth star. And we are being re-plugged back into the true organic planet, unplugging ourselves from the corrupted matrix that they have created, this corrupted world that they have created. So the film The Matrix is actually showing people what's happening. And it's quite funny because those plugs that are going up the human, that are AI plugs going up the human, you look where those plugs are situated in Neo when they're pulled out. And they're situated exactly where the chakras are. It tells you everything you need to know. You want to train in entity release and spirit releasement. It's all about the energetic body. Don't just look at the entities and the spirits, because if you do that, you'll never get the bigger picture. This all comes back down to the energetic body. And for us to fully heal, you need to recognize that as well. So it's been awesome to chat to you guys today, albeit a very brief video. I hope to make something more extensive over the next few weeks. I am booked out in terms of personal sessions until mid-February. So I've got 6 people every single week. So I just don't have any time at the moment to be able to record much unless I get a client cancellation. So, but as soon as I am able, I'll record some more information regarding the energetic body and entities, because I know many people are really, really enjoying that series and getting a lot out of it. So don't forget, if you want to train with me, it's available now until the end of December for £399. And you can buy that training in the shop at www.schhhofficial.com. If you want to come and train with me live, and if you come and train with me live, you also get access to all of that online training as well. So you get access to all of the online training videos. You can go back over them as many times as you want, and they are very, very comprehensive. They break everything down. Not only do you get access to that, but you also get access to me directly over 3 days. It is obviously in groups. There will be more than just you. But those courses are now live on the website to purchase, and they will be running in March of next year. So I'm going to get back into the live training because I have missed it. I've had a year away from training people live to get the online training up and running. But many people will say to me, it's such a shame that you don't train people live anymore. I really would like to meet you directly and on a course or in a group environment, be able to have access directly to you. And so I've listened to what people have said there, and I'm bringing it back. I am bringing it back. So the first live course will be in March of next year. The live courses are obviously more expensive than $399 because not only do you get all of that online training, but you also get access to my time and expertise over those 3 days as well. I think that's everything that I want to tell you this week. Just make sure that you are getting enough vitamins and minerals in your body. Make sure you're feeding your physical vehicle exactly what it needs. If you're a sugar addict, try and make a real effort over the next few weeks to cut down on that sugar. Try and get to a point where you've totally eradicated it from your lifestyle. And you can always add little bits back in. But once you've done that, you'll find that your tastes have changed. And the really sweet things that you would go to before don't hold the same kind of interest for you that they used to. Make sure you're drinking lots of high frequency, good quality water. Make sure that you're feeding your soul as well. Just have a sit down with yourself and ascertain, do I feel happy? And for some people, when you ask them that question, they don't even know what it is that makes them happy. They've been in such a low frequency and repressed state for so long, they don't even know what it is that makes them happy. So do some soul searching. What is it that makes you happy? Are you feeding your sacral chakra daily? And don't forget, the sacral chakra is about joy, it's about creativity, it's about freedom, and it's about sensuality. Have you got those things in your life? And if you haven't, how can you introduce them back into your life? All of us as humans should be looking at color and the frequency, the sound frequency of those colors in more detail in regards to the link between that and the healing of the human body. So check out sound, check out color. Look at the colors of the foods that you are eating. We should be eating a rainbow. Make sure that you feed your chakras. I try to choose my foods regarding the different colors of the chakras. So I'll have lots of red food. And when I'm eating that red food, I'll be thinking about my root chakra, telling my root chakra how important it is, how connected it is now to the planet, giving appreciation for that connection to the planet. Don't forget, you are a part of the earth. The bronchial tubes that you have inside of your lungs mimic the shape of a tree. The oxygen that the trees breathe out, we breathe in. The carbon dioxide that we breathe out, the trees breathe in. The patterns on your skin mimic the patterns on the leaves of trees. The fingertips of a human, the circles, mimic the cross section of a tree. We are nature. We are a part of Earth. Make sure you plug into her energy on a daily basis and reset your frequency. One of the quickest ways to do that is to sit with your back against a tree and to connect into the energy of that tree. The trees are excellent ways to reset your frequency if you need to do that. But I have to go now because I am due to see my next client. But I just wanted to record that quick video today, updating everybody on a few things. And don't forget, if you have lost your sense of smell and taste, or if you know anybody that's been saying, I can't smell, I can't taste, get them to check out their B12 levels, get them to get some high frequency, so high strength liquid B12 that's bioavailable that they can take under the tongue. And I really, really hope that they experience, as I did, their sense of smell coming back online. Till the next time I see you guys, make sure that you keep vibrating high. Lots of love, everybody. Bye bye.